Something is deeply wrong when a rising music star, a missing teenager, and a mysteriously abandoned car collide in the same headline. And when investigators finally opened the front trunk of that Tesla, nobody expected what they would find. But the real question is, how does a story like this even happen? And why is d4vd now at the center of it? The moment news broke, fans were stunned. Just months ago, d4vd was preparing for a world tour, celebrating the release of his debut album, and riding the high of becoming one of the fastest-growing names in alternative pop. He had gone from recording vocals in his sister's closet to chart-topping TikTok fame with songs like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me. His career looked unstoppable until everything came crashing down. Because while he was gearing up to hit the global stage, something chilling was unfolding far away from the spotlight. It started with a smell. Workers at a Los Angeles tow yard called authorities after noticing a foul odor coming from a Tesla that had been sitting there for weeks. The vehicle had been towed earlier after being left abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. Nothing unusual for the lot. But when officials opened the front compartment, the horror became undeniable. Inside were the remains of a teenage girl and the Tesla, registered to singer d4vd. Investigators later confirmed the victim as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a girl who had gone missing more than a year earlier. She vanished in April 2024, leaving her family desperate for answers. For months, the case had gone cold. But now, suddenly, her name was back in the headlines and tied to one of music's fastest-rising artists. And that was only the beginning of the questions. Authorities soon identified d4vd as a suspect in the ongoing investigation. Not charged, but no longer viewed as a distant connection either. Reports say the body had been in the car for weeks, possibly longer, and was in a severe state of decomposition. Sources claim multiple individuals may have been involved in the disposal, though none of that has been confirmed. What has been reported is that investigators served a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills property linked to the singer, seizing devices and electronics. And despite earlier public claims of cooperation, insiders now say he is not working with investigators. For fans, the shift was shocking, raising questions that still don't have clear answers, but the timeline makes things even stranger. The Tesla sat for weeks before anyone realized something was wrong. The victim's remains were discovered only because of the overwhelming odor. And at some point after the news broke, reports claimed d4vd transferred ownership of a Texas home into his mother's name, adding even more fuel to the speculation online. None of that confirms guilt, but it's created a whirlwind of theories, debates, and rumors across social media. One rumor that exploded online suggested that d4vd and Celeste may have shared a matching tattoo, though that detail has not been verified by officials or family. Fans dug through old photos, old posts, looking for anything that could explain how their favorite artist could be connected to a missing girl. Others questioned the timing, the secrecy, and whether more people knew something long before the discovery. As always, the internet filled the silence with guesses, some grounded in fact, others not even close. Meanwhile, the industry moved fast. His tour was canceled, promotions pulled, brand campaigns quietly scrubbed his image. Overnight, he went from rising star to a name whispered with caution, fear, and morbid fascination. And yet, despite all the noise, one truth remains. We still don't know exactly what happened inside that car, or what role, if any, d4vd played in Celeste's tragic death. Behind the headlines, this is still a story about a child. Celeste Rivas Hernandez was just 13 when she disappeared. A daughter, a sister, a girl whose family spent more than a year searching for her. Now they're left with a nightmare no family should ever face. They're demanding answers, demanding accountability, demanding truth. And for them, this investigation isn't entertainment, it's the only path to closure. So what happens next? Will evidence link the singer directly to the case? Will others be identified? Will charges follow? Or will the mystery only deepen? For now, investigators are working behind the scenes. Fans are left wrestling with disbelief. And the music world is watching a career unravel before their eyes. What do you think happened here? Is d4vd connected, or is there more to this story than anyone realizes? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want updates as this story develops, make sure to subscribe.